fasted, first thing in the morning, baby pump. Here we have hitting all the mandatory poses. We have some poses that I think I look good in and some poses that definitely need a lot of work. I have my first scheduled posing session with my coach April 14th. Here are some highlights from this week's leg day. If you've been following the journey, you know I've been training completely out of the garage. We have some seated leg curls, just added in some split squats, trying to make it a little bit more glute bias, leg press, and the Jeff Alberts calf raise. Let's get right into this weekly recap. Starting off with motivation. Motivation is 10 out of 10. Macros, we are around 1,850 calories, around 160 grams of protein, just over 180 grams of carbs, and about 50 grams of fat. And that's all give or take a little bit. Hunger level / food focus is definitely increasing. I would say that's about 6 out of 10. Workouts went really good this week, even though it was kind of a crazy week. So I had a crazy opportunity to be in a movie with Tyrese Gibson and Danny Trejo. I'll post a video right here, real quick video of me and Danny. Super nice guy. Steps this week, not very good because of filming the movie. Aches and pains. So ever since the neck kink, the neck has been pretty stiff. Not as bad as it was, obviously, but neck has been tight. Traps have been tight. Overall back has just been kind of tight. And stress level has been pretty low, 5 out of 10. But guys, we're starting to get lean. We're chipping away each week. I wanted to touch a little bit about making the transition to bodybuilding. So in 2012, I did my first men's physique show, and I had no interest in ever putting on a Speedo and doing bodybuilding. So I had no interest in doing bodybuilding. From 2012 to 2017, I competed in men's physique. 2011, when I first saw men's physique, I really wanted to look like Steve Cook, maybe a hybrid between Steve Cook and Jeremy Buendia, and pose like Mark Anthony. And when I first saw men's physique, I thought that was natural bodybuilding, which I was being naive, but it's kind of interesting. I never really wanted to do bodybuilding, and now I'm here doing bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding, of course. It's funny because in 2017, that's when I did my last show. I'll post a picture right here. I was happy with the package I brought to that date. It was better than everything previous, and I guess that's what they say. As long as you beat your previous physique, you should be happy. But, you know, usually we're all trying to look freaking phenomenal. Didn't know where I really kind of fitted in. I didn't really know too much about other organizations that were tested and natural. So I was competing in the NPC as a natural athlete in men's physique and kind of getting smoked every time. So obviously I made a bunch of mistakes with not making sure I was lean enough. I feel like my posing was pretty good. You kind of have a decision to make, and I'm not saying that you have to make a decision. Obviously you can compete in the NPC natural as I did, but you kind of come to this point where you're like, I can't really compete with these guys if I'm not using a little bit of performance enhancing. I'm very grateful that I didn't go down the performance enhancing route and stay natural. Started a family after that 2017 season, and I was kind of burnt out. I didn't think I would ever compete again. Long story short, I'm glad I stayed natural. Did the ultimate dirty bulk. Got up to about 187.8 pounds, maybe a little bit more. I think I touched 190. I'm very happy that I stayed natural, even though, you know, you kind of sometimes go back and forth. You know, I think the question is, as a natural athlete, is what would you look like if you did dabble with a little something, right? I feel like that's the question that, you know, you always wonder. And obviously I don't think even if you are using gear, you ever feel big enough or feel that you look good enough. So I think that's something that we all got to make a decision for ourselves. So I believe this is the 10th episode in this series. I'm not trying to make it extremely entertaining. I'm just kind of turning on the camera and filming. I just wanted to document as much as possible. I told myself if I ever competed again, I wanted to get as much footage as possible. Questions, or if you have any tips for me, drop those down below. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, and until next episode, we out.